Everyone. So today was a little bit of a disaster. Long story short, I ended up spilling oil like all over myself while I was making dinner. And it was like the last step. I was making, there's a soup that's like a miso soup, but it has a ton of vegetables in it and stuff. So it was like an hour of prep because I was chopping all the vegetables and sauteing them and doing all this stuff. And at the very end, you're supposed to add some sesame oil and some miso and green onions, like sliced green onions. So I had everything ready. The last thing I had to do was the sesame oil, and didn't I knock it over? It spilled all down the front of me onto my kitchen floor, all over everything. So that kind of sucked, but it happens. And my husband helped me clean it up, and I had to run downstairs and change my clothes because I mean, it was like dripping off of me. It was that bad. So, yeah, that was that. I think I was just like really tired. I didn't really, I'm not prepping ahead of time. I know I should. I'm not great with that stuff. Like I told you guys in the beginning, like I'm a lazy cook, so I will usually take the easy way out. Now I will do some easy food prep in the beginning of the week, like for my way of eating. Like I'll make a big batch of rice or a big batch of quinoa or a ton of roasted vegetables, or if I'm eating chicken, I'll do like a big thing of chicken, stuff like that. Maybe a big batch of either regular or vegetarian chili. But for this, it's like one meal at a time. And so I will do, because like this week, it's been like you have the dinner and then the next day, it's the leftovers for lunch. So I'm just doubling whatever I'm making. So like the soup tonight, I made a double batch because it was for dinner and then it's also for lunch tomorrow. So that I'm doing, but I haven't been great about like chopping the veggies ahead of time and stuff like that. I work from home, so it's not a big deal. If I were working outside of the home, it would be different, and I'd probably have to do a ton of food prep on the weekends. Maybe even follow the crunch plan for this, which is like an easier, I think it repeats more meals and stuff, but I wanted to get the full experience. You know, as a coach, I want to be able to do the actual meals that it prescribes so that I can help other people through it. I'm enjoying the food a lot, so, you know, it's not an issue. It's just that sometimes it takes a long time. So, I mean, like I started prepping around 6 o'clock tonight, and I don't think I ate until almost 7:30 by the time I cleaned up all the oil and everything too. So, but I definitely feel like I'm upping my game with my cooking skills, which is awesome. And, you know, everything is going well. One of the really exciting things that happened today was that I hit the goal weight that I've been working towards for a very long time. So I've lost a little bit over 5 pounds with the Ultimate Reset. But prior to that, for about probably 6 to 7 months now, I've been working towards losing the 20 pounds that I gained last winter when I had my thyroid surgery and my cancer treatment. I put on 20 pounds, which was half of what I had originally lost when I started with Beachbody. So I've been trying to lose that since like end of February, beginning of March. And to see that number was very symbolic for me because that was what I weighed before I got sick with my thyroid cancer. So that was really exciting to me because I kind of felt like I was taking my power back. Like, you know, it was always like, I felt like it was out of my control. Like there was nothing I could do about the fact that I had gained the weight, but I knew that there was something I could do about losing it. I just, you know, you hear all these stories about how hard it is to lose weight when you don't have a thyroid or when you're hypothyroid, which is when you have a low thyroid function, which is very similar to what I have with no thyroid because obviously I don't have a functioning thyroid. So I've heard stories of people saying that they gained tons of weight. One woman who was on a message board that I was checking out just to get some, you know, information about recovery and stuff said that she gained 100 pounds in her first year after her thyroidectomy. And I was like, oh my God, no. So I've been working really hard at this, and it took, you know, it took longer. I mean, when I initially lost my 40 pounds, I think it took me like, it was like maybe 4.5 months, something like that. And this is like half of that weight and more time. So it did, you know, it took me a lot longer, but I've been seeing progress slowly ever since like the beginning of March when I really started this. So that was exciting to me today, and especially because I'm not able to work out. So obviously the nutrition is a huge component. You know, and you hear that all the time, like you can work out as much as you want, but abs are made in the kitchen and you need to dial into your nutrition. And sometimes I skimp on that a little bit. So this was a really good reminder to me that even if I can't work out, I can still focus on my nutrition and I can still lose weight and I can still be very healthy. So You know, I'm just learning so much about like myself and about nutrition. I've been doing a lot of research and stuff this week. I started watching some of the documentaries really just so that I could keep myself motivated, because I'm like, oh man, like this is all like mostly vegetables. So I've been watching a lot of food documentaries just to like reinforce to me how important this is and how good it is for me. And it's really starting to make me feel like I'm going to stick with plant-based for a while, and I think I mentioned that yesterday, but I'm kind of getting excited about it. Like I've been doing more reading about it. I've been watching a lot of videos. I did a lot of like YouTube stuff today, just like looking into people who are vegan and what they're eating, what they're not eating, some of the arguments for and against it. So I'm excited because I like learning that kind of stuff, and it's something that I can roll out to my clients and customers if it's something that they're interested in. I won't ever be somebody who pushes that agenda because I know it's a very drastic change. But at the same time, I want to be knowledgeable about it because I do believe that it's one of the healthiest lifestyles that you can adopt. So, you know, that's something I'm going to be really incorporating more into my coaching business, and, you know, helping people with that, and probably running some groups around it and stuff like that. So anyway, things are going really well still. I really am loving this program. I'm halfway through it now, which is crazy. I feel like I just started. And I mean, I would say the only negative thing really right now is that I'm looking forward to being able to plan my own meals, because I feel like everything is prescribed and I don't have a lot of like freedom, but that's okay, because I am learning a lot about like different foods and stuff. Tomorrow night I have to have beets for dinner, so I'm not looking forward to that. So I am looking forward to making my own food choices when this is over. But other than that, like this has just been like an adventure, like trying all these new recipes and new foods, and so yeah, it's so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.